Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. When you think about border security, your mind probably jumps straight to, walls, fences, maybe sensors.
Yeah, cameras, patrols, the usual stuff. But there's this whole other dimension, right, happening literally under our feet.
Exactly. And that hidden frontier, that's what we're diving into today. We're looking at a very specific piece of legislation dealing with these subterranean threats.
That's right. Our source is the actual text of a bill, H.R.495, as it was moving through Congress back in early 2025, straight from the U.S. Government Publishing Office.
And our mission here, basically cut through the kind of formal legislative jargon, figure out what this bill really does, and understand why paying attention to something this specific actually matters for the bigger picture of border defense.
Okay, so let's get right into the bill itself. The short title is pretty direct. The Subterranean Border Defense Act.
Can't get much clearer than that.
Right. And its stated mission, I'm quoting here, is to require annual reports on counter-illicit cross-border tunnel operations and for other purposes.
Okay, so a real laser-like focus on tunnels then. But how does it actually do that? Is it like setting up a whole new program?
No, not quite.
Yeah.
The source text shows it's actually amending an existing law. Specifically, it targets a section in the James M. Inhofe National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2023.
Ah, the NDAA from a couple of years back. So it's tweaking something already on the books. What's the tweak?
It's very precise, actually. The bill goes into a specific paragraph of that 2023 Act 1 dealing with reports on counter-tunnel operations, and it inserts just 3 words, and annually thereafter.
Okay, there it is. That's the critical detail. So whatever reporting was required before in that section, maybe it was a one-off, maybe less frequent, adding an annually thereafter locks it in, makes it mandatory every single year.
Exactly right. It formalizes it, turns perhaps an irregular thing into a guaranteed yearly update. What are we doing about these tunnels? How effective are we? That kind of accountability.
It seems like a small wording change, but the implication is significant.
Definitely. And we can see from the source text that this bill, H.R. 495, it already made some progress. It passed the House of Representatives March 10th, 2025.
Okay, past the House. What then?
Then, the very next day, March 11th, it was received in the Senate, read twice, and then referred to the Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it cleared one hurdle and moved to the Senate side for them to look at.
As of the date on the source, yes.
Now, this is where we kind of bring it back to you, the listener. Why should you care about this seemingly technical change, mandating annual reports on tunnels?
Yeah.
What's the big deal?
Well, it's not just bureaucratic shuffling. I mean, the very fact that Congress feels the need to mandate yearly reporting, it really highlights something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it suggests this isn't some fleeting issue. It's ongoing, persistent.
Exactly. Tunnels aren't a problem you just solve once and cross off the list. It signals that this is a constant challenge that needs, well, constant attention.
Right. Making the reports annual is basically Congress saying, look, we need a regular, formal check-in on this specific threat. It tells you that tunnels are considered significant enough to demand this continuous oversight year after year.
It kind of pulls back the curtain a little, showing this hidden battlefield is active, and it shows how agencies are being held accountable, requiring them to report back consistently. It's a small change maybe, but revealing.
So to boil it down, the Subterranean Border Defense Act, H.R. 495, its main job is to put a mandatory yearly reporting requirement on the books for agencies fighting cross-border tunnels.
That's the core of it. A specific legislative tool aimed at sustained accountability for a tricky underground problem.
Which kind of leaves you with a final thought to chew on, right? What does the sheer need for annual reporting tell us about the scale of this tunnel problem? Is it about getting better at tracking them? Or is it more an admission of just how hard they are to stop completely? How deep does this challenge actually run?